Good morning, boomers. The voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's big cousin, crypto's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning in. We're back. And if you were just tuning in, I had a little hiccup there. I think my mic needed a restart or whatnot. But let me know if you read me loud and clear. 10-4, roger that. To all the pumpers out there, all the crypto maniac soldiers in the trenches. Today we're talking about Ether surpassing Bitcoin. I came across an article that says that DeFi is helping Ether surpass Bitcoin in adjusted transfer value. I'll show you some graphs, and we'll talk about ETH. I've been looking for an entry point on ETH, and I think we are clear for that. Roger that. 10-4, kaboom. Shout out to Athlete. I hear you. We'll be talking about ETH. We'll talk about the markets, and we're back on the green. So it seems like my expectations of closing higher at the end of the week may come true. A little early to call, but let's see how it shakes and bakes. But I expect things to put on a little bit of more weight towards the ending of the week now. Shout out to Athlete. Shout out to all the boomers out there. Shout out to everybody on D Live on YouTube. If you caught me yesterday on D Live, we played a couple vids. And I've been running a few. Things that make you go, videos there, ancillary videos, just to keep the mind thinking, keep the mind running, keep you considering different frequencies. Because, if you keep watching the same thing all day long, you're going to get the same results, guys. Shout out to everybody tuning in. We're preheating this crypto oven to 10K and beyond. I've been looking for an entry point with ETH. I believe it's here. I was at 0.034 when I was looking to jump in at 0.035, now at 0.036. This thing's moving. Technicals are looking good, and we'll talk about that. If you haven't downloaded the Brave browser, do it now, because I get ads all the time, and I'm stacking little bats, and I'm moving them into Bitcoin. Really, I'm not stacking the bats, to keep it honest with you. I'm swapping them out to the bits, but you can too, is the point. Good morning to Rafterman. Good morning to Phillips and all the other boomers out there. Let me turn off these coins. And let me share my screen. You can see ETH looking sexy right now. 0.036. This thing's moving. And we recently topped at 0.04. Okay. So basically, it's 3% of a Bitcoin. I think that ETH is worth more than 3% of a Bitcoin. I believe it's closer to 10% of a Bitcoin, but at least 5% of a Bitcoin, if you ask me personally, for my opinion. Keep the littles healthy. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Rafterman just dropped me $2. I appreciate that, Rafterman. Thank you so much. Our boomer bro, Rafterman, out there staying strong. Let me snipe out a funny bunny just because. Thank you so much, Rafterman. Guys, follow Rafter's lead here and drop a couple ducats in the bucket if you're listening and you're getting value from the stream. I appreciate it very much. Back to the topic at hand, ETH BTC. You can see the technicals reading strong. Everything's green right now. Performance for ETH up 9% in the week, up 2% in the past month, up 37% in the past 3 months, and up 100% against Bitcoin in the past year, since the year to date, since January. So listen, I mean, performer. This has been the coin that I've been really focused on this year. Listen, I'm a Bitcoin maniac, and I got majority of the bags in Bitcoin, but I'm moving more baggies into ETH because it's obvious to me that this thing is going to put on weight, and I look at it a lot less risky than one of these newbie DeFi platforms. And the techs are looking strong across the board, with the exception of the oscillators. They're a bit neutral, but you can see moving averages are crushing it, and summaries are saying buy. So I'm definitely in line to pick up some more ETH, and I would expect it to keep going up. Let's go ahead and look at the math over here on CoinGecko. Guys, follow me on DLive. Do it right now. I just hit the 200 followers yesterday that I was waiting to hit for some time. The 200 followers allows me to unlock a feature which allows D-Live members to subscribe on the channel, like a Patreon, and also I think it's a members-only chat. I just verified my account, and I went over there, and it says pending verification. So I'm pending. I did everything I had to do on my end, and it's all on D-Live's hands. But thank you so much to everybody tuning in over there. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's a small amount of followers, but it's quality indeed. So thank you so much. Let's run down the math over here. Let me hit refresh. You can see Bitcoin there at 10,437, looking good, putting on a bit of weight, and we're up 2% in the past 24. But the one that's looking good to me is ETH. We'll be talking about ETH perhaps surpassing Bitcoin, and I don't mean as far as price, but as far as transfer of value, it may already have. Okay, and I'm going to read this article to you in just a moment. ETH is at 375. In my opinion, a clear path to 500. We have all-time highs of ETH for 1,400. So if I woke up, in a few weeks and you told me ETH is at $800 or $900, I would believe it. It definitely has room to put on some weight if you ask me for my personal opinion, but I could be wrong. Anyhow, Ripple is there at 24 cents. Chainlink is moving at 13.14. Polkadot at 4.77. Cash at 2.28. Binance at 25. And you got Litecoin at 49.19. Litecoin stuck in the $40 range, but hey, Satoshi Vision there, number 10. I want this out of the top 10. I don't know why anybody's using this bag. It's at 170. Cardano slipping out of the top 10 there at 0.09. Interesting. Crypto.com there at 15 cents. EOS 281. Tron 3 cents. Tron's had a nice run this past couple of weeks. And Tesla's at 266. Rafterman's DCAing into ETH and Litecoin, and of course BTC. Yeah, right now, you know how I feel about those coins. BTC is obviously number one. I'm just leaning a little bit more to ETH lately, just a little bit more dominance on ETH. Let's say if I was 70% Bitcoin, maybe I'll be 60% Bitcoin, and move the difference into ETH. I'm not being specific with the numbers, but I'm just giving you an example. I don't know exactly what the weights are as far as what they are on my end, but for the purpose of the example, is what I'm saying is that I would move a little bit of value into ETH, in my opinion. Now, Litecoin, I dumped it back. You know how I feel. Litecoin, I was tired of waiting around, and I'm so glad I did, because I got the Litecoin bag and I threw it all in, not all of it, but the majority of it into ETH, and I'm so happy about that because it's put on weight. So, I don't have to dance and prance anymore, and I'm in a coin that I feel somewhat secure in compared to other coins. You know how I feel already, Rafterman. Bitcoin and ETH are the only blue chippers. And even something like Chainlink that has been a top performer. Chainlink has outperformed Bitcoin for the past few years. I still don't consider it a blue chip. And it probably is going to stick around, and I think it's doing good, but it's still too early to call. Let's look at these. Let's just actually jump into the topic at hand here. DeFi helps Ethereum surpass Bitcoin in adjusted transfer value. This is an article that's coming out of Crypto News today. I'll link it here in the chat box if you guys want to read it in its entirety. But just to preface this is something that I've been saying. I feel like there's an argument to be made that Ether indeed has a higher market cap than Bitcoin. When you just think about all the coins that are supported by Ethereum, including Chainlink, Lend, Kyber, Yearn. There's a bunch of them, right? There's a bunch of tokens. We can go down the list. There's so many that I can't name them all. But if you add up all the value of those coins on top of the value of Ether, and not to mention the wrapped Bitcoin, which is the WBTC, let me show you guys that, and you can see the market cap for that is 500 million, 521 million. So, this thing's almost at $1 billion. So you got Bitcoin that's wrapped on the Ethereum blockchain. You got Compound, Synthetics, Lend, Maker. Add all that together, and one could make the argument that Ether is more valuable. Okay, I'm not saying it is or it isn't, and I'm not trying to compete between the two because I want them both. I think both are serving their purpose, but the case is being made here that Ether has room to grow. That's what I've just been saying. It has a lot of room to grow. It's got a lot of things going on. Think about Bitcoin. Bitcoin just does one thing. Okay, Ether is supporting a lot of things right now. And is it here to stay? I don't know. There's a lot of other platforms that may have a higher utilization capacity than ETH. But right now, the development is on ETH, and ETH has that first mover advantage, not to mention all the wrap BTC and all this other value. So think about it. So let's go ahead and talk about another reason, and that's adjusted transfer value. And you can, I'll read you a portion of this. 7-day average adjusted transfer value of Ether's native ETH token has, for the first time since early 2018, surpassed that of Bitcoin. A new report from crypto analytics firm Coinmetrics showed. According to the report, the flippening is due to ETHs increasingly being used for transfer between DeFi apps, which overwhelmingly are built on the Ethereum blockchain. The majority of these DeFi apps are on Ether. I would expect some other chains to support them, including Tron, Cardano, and others, EOS maybe. But right now, an overwhelming amount of these DeFi apps are built on Ether. Also, Coinmetrics pointed to the launch of Yearn Finance ETH Vault, which allows users to earn interest on ETH holdings as contributing to the increased transfer value of ETH. Okay, so I didn't even know that. Now you can wrap, I guess, ETH and then earn interest on ETH holdings via Yearn Finance. And again, this stuff is all new, and there's a risk when it comes to the programming. There could be a flaw in the programming. You can get wiped out. I don't know. I'm not pledging any ETH to the Yearn Finance vault. In fact, I'm not doing any of this yield farming. What I'm doing is swing trading on these coins and try to ride the waves. But anyhow, that's another topic of discussion. You can see this tweet here by Adam Back over here, responding to Coinmetrics. So ETH's 7-day average adjusted transfer value has flipped to BTCs. You can see BTC here on this graph is the green, and excuse me, BTC is the red, and the green is ETH, and you can see ETH already topped it out as far as value transferred. Okay, and however, ETH is not the only ETH-based token that's being used by yield farmers. You also has USD coin and other stable coins. Okay, so there's arguments to be made. I'm not going to read this entire article, but I'm telling you guys, and I've been saying this since listen, I've been in ETH since before the channel even started, and that's been clear. But it was a while before I started accumulating ETH again. I started stacking ETH most recently when it was 170. I already had ETH, from before, but I'm talking about, most recently at like around 170. And I've been telling you guys that, this rumor of the ETH 2.0 and plus all the development, the DeFi hype, all this stuff. I'm like, guys, there's something here. Okay. I really do think that ETH is going to move. Now, of course, it's not going to 100x, nor is it going to put on gains that some of these other tokens like Yearn have put on. But in my opinion, it's a solid mid to long-term hold. In my opinion. Again, it's my opinion. I'm not anybody's crypto daddy. I got to put all those disclaimers out there because you got crypto cucks on YouTube like no other, honestly. So let me be clear with you guys. Champagne is not your crypto advisor, your stock advisor. Don't listen to me other than for entertainment purposes. Get those 32 ETH to run a nose, says Crypto Mike. Yeah, that's definitely, shout out to the 32 ETH club. That's definitely been the goal for many to, stack those 32 ETH. The rumor is that it's going to be required 32 ETH in order to stake and earn rewards. But apparently now you could already stake your ETH on Yearn. And, I wouldn't be doing that as of late because I haven't been able to vet the programming. I don't know, but it's there. You guys could do your research and check it out. And, Yearn's finance token has been booming like no other. The thing is worth like 3 BTCs right now. 2.9 the last time I checked. Champ out in the front line again every day, every single day, Jam. You know the deal. I mean, whether it's up or down, I'm out here, whether we're at 4,000 BTC or 44 million BTC. We're out here, Jam. You know the deal. And, actions speak louder than words. When we crashed, the champ was out here with the crypto maniacs deep in the trenches firing when people were telling us that it was all over and that it was going to 1,000. And I told you guys, we're out here. We are out here. I earn interest weekly on my ETH on Celsius. There you go. And I do on Binance, actually. I have some ETH on Binance, not a lot. And, I understand that's centralized. So is Celsius. Celsius is also centralized. Just because it's centralized doesn't mean it's bad. You just got to know what you're dealing with. That's all. You got to know what you're dealing with. And you got to be comfortable with the risk level. I think if you have 32 ETH in the future running a node, you'll be an elite. Perhaps. I was thinking about those that had a Dash node, a Dash master node, I don't know how that's faring, but, at one point I know they were making some stacks for a while. It was definitely like a cash cow. So let's see, Another thing I've thought of too is like if ETH 2.0 really does lock, and I would expect imagine if they announced like, listen, we're about to start staking ETH tomorrow, it's ready. Obviously that would drive the price. I wonder if that would be a selling event though. Just like if it drives the price a lot, you sell it and then you wait for the crash and then buy back in. You know what I mean? But we'll cross that bridge if and when we ever get there. But yeah, the point here is that stacking ETH right now sounds like a good idea. Okay, sounds like a good idea to be an ETH holder right now. Now, I tread lightly, and I still hold on to some Bitcoin, but I do expect Ether to move faster than Bitcoin in the midterm, at least. And then let's see what the long term is, because we have other coins that are promising more utilization capacity than Ether. You got a bunch of coins, everything from Cardano, ETH, Polkadot, what else? There's a bunch of these smart contract platforms. EOS, Tron, Tezos, there's a bunch of them. Let's see if, in the future, some of these put some pressure on ETH. But right now, ETH is still in its development phase, and boom, boom, boom. You know the deal. Carry a big stick. Shout out to Rafterman, Crypto Mike, Jam Soul, the rest of the boomers. Let me check out D-Live. We got 4 maniacs over there. I'm putting some lemons in the treasure chest. Kaboom. 50 have been added. Head over there, guys, and in just a moment I'll pass out some lemons. And I'm excited to hit the 200 followers. It took a long time, guys. It took a long time to get to a few months to get to those 200 followers. Now, I mean, I'm not one that's always like following people with the follow back and commenting other people. There's ways to boost your followers a lot more quickly, but I don't do those things. Why, you may ask? We can get into that conversation. But remember what I said yesterday, guys. Sometimes it's about the things you don't do rather than the things you do. The things you turn down rather than the things you accept. Think about that. Let's check out the winners and losers here on my watch list. Loop Ring moving. Yearn moving. Look at Yearn, just past 3 Bitcoin. Moving. Kava's moving. Ren. Synthetics. All the big movers right now are DeFi. Sushi, Maker, EOS, they're dumping. So we'll keep an eye on that. And then I'll pull up the traditional markets in just a second. Crypto Mike got on Theta. There you go. All right. Congrats, Crypto Mike. Yeah, let him know about the champ. Tell him, listen, the champ here is waiting for his keys. I'm not on Twitter. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not going to tweet out the hashtag. But I've been talking about it here on the tubage and on the liveage over here. So tell him to unlock and load. ChampionCrypto@gmail.com. Send me the math, and we'll spark it up. Yeah, and if you guys, anybody out there that's a Crypto Maniac follower out here, if you want to get on the channel and talk, send me your phone number. I'll call you for an anonymous number, and we'll put you on. We'll listen to your voice. See what you got to say. We'll keep it anonymous too. I'll be distributing rewards in just a moment. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick up some more ETH. I could see it going to 0.04. Crypto Mike says, okay, I'll let him know. Yeah, if you know anybody out there, if they contact you, just let them know about the champ. I'm not on those networks, so I can't go through the avenues that they're requesting in order to get these keys. But I would assume that they would want the champ to stream over there. When we talk about crypto, it seems like this channel could fit that platform. But in the meantime and in between time, we're pushing it to D Live as well. I'm liking D Live. I'm liking D Live. I'm not gonna lie. I'm liking D Live. It's a little Twitch-esque, like Twitch with a lot of the gaming or whatnot. But I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Let's go ahead and distribute rewards in just a moment. I need a couple guys over there. Oh yeah, and what was I gonna do? Pull up the regular markets while you guys are waiting for. We're waiting for a couple more followers over there. So my predictions may be on point. You know, I know we ended the week kind of bloody. We started off the week with some blood. Okay, but my expectation is that we will end the week with some green. And it seems like we've already activated right now. S&P's back in the green at 34.23. Dow there at 21.102. You got crude holding on at 37. And let's look at the dollar strength index. 92.84. Okay. 10-year back in the green at 0.713. This is bullish. This is bullish. Apple's moving. Okay. And then you got Bitcoin up another 2%. Ether up 6%. Ripple's moving. Everything's back in the green there. It's a pretty obvious dip there, guys. It was a pretty obvious buy the dip situation out there, right? Bitcoin and altcoins start to show signs of fresh increase. Of course, because the stocks are green, guys. I mean, I said this yesterday when people were asking, oh, is it the bottom, this and that. I was like, listen, the bottom is when the stocks turn back green. And that's what it is, guys. Right now, you expect everything to completely be the inverse, you know. You expect crypto to completely be in the inverse of the stocks, but it's not necessarily like that. Derek's still waiting for that collapse. I told you, Derek, you'll be waiting. And in the meantime and in between time, we're making gains. But let me be clear, though, with Derek. I think there's going to be a collapse. Eventually, there will be, and that's when they're ready to pull the switcheroo, when they want it to, when they let it fall. But up until then, guys, it's gonna continue running. The game's rigged, Derek. You know the deal. I'm sure you're starting to realize it if you didn't before. Super rigged. This run has put Bitcoin above 10,000 for over 2 months. As an aggregate this year, the run staying above is not important, but the time as above. This run has put Bitcoin above 10,000 for over 2 months. As an aggregate this year, the run staying above is not important. I mean, to me, it is psychologically, but you know, it's still good. I mean, it's outperforming all other assets, even if it stays at 98, let's say. Yeah, I've got cash on hand waiting for the big stock market crash, going in 100% on Square stock whenever the big dip happens. Could be another year. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's hard to time. That's the thing, you know. I'm not in the business of timing the markets. We're in the business of making steady gains. And, you know, you could be waiting for the dip forever, you know. You could be like Derek. Derek's been waiting since March. And I think that's all he's done is bought into, what's that other thing called? By Overstock that he's crazy about, which I like, by the way. I like it too. But you see what I mean? T0, yeah, T0. I like T0. And you make gains on T0. I mean, you know, a lot of things have been making gains. That's what I'm trying to say, you know. Imagine sitting on cash the whole entire time. You're losing baggage too, you know. Sitting on too much cash is like, I think about this. You're sitting on cash every single time the stocks keep going up. That's money you lost. So, you know, keep it balanced. T0 is it's a digital securities exchange. For digital security assets. I believe it's going to be regulated of some sorts, and it's backed by Overstock, and I think they're doing like some sort of public offering. It's not a crypto exchange though. It's not crypto, but it's crypto-esque, it's blockchain, but they're tokenizing securities, and it's going to be an exchange for tokenized securities. But, you know, we got to make sure that we don't throw the word crypto implies some sort of cryptography, some sort of privacy, some sort of secrecy to a certain extent. And that's the wrong word. Digital assets, a better one. Every time the printers burr, you're losing weight as well. Exactly. That's why you want to be in a hard asset with a limited circulating supply. And this is why cryptos and metals have done very well. And some stocks too. I mean, I think these stocks have I don't know if they're limited on the circulating supply, but you know what I mean. You could probably count the circulating supply of these stocks better than cash itself. They're ERC20s. Yeah, so they're using Ethereum technology, but yeah, it's digital assets. And yeah, okay, yeah, I've got only about 8% of my portfolio in cash. It comes in handy when there's dips. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, listen, it's not like you don't want to have cash. We talked about this. You got to keep one in the chamber. You got to have some storm supplies ready. Absolutely, absolutely. Point being is that, you want to have a fair balance, not too much in cash, because obviously every time they run up that printer, think about it. These rich people, you think they're saving cash in a savings account? No, they're buying things. I've been buying silver for the last 2 years. There you go. Kaboom. You know how I feel about silver. I like metal. I mean, I've been steadily buying silver, physical silver, during this time too. I mean, I've been talking about it, and I've shared some coins in the past as well. Trying to diversify into the least risky portfolio is tough nowadays. Yeah. I mean, is it though? Really? When there's so much, cash being pumped, the money's basically free, But I see what you mean, You don't want to get clapped up. Now the Fed says they will announce when there is deflation. Yeah, right. They'd be announcing all the time. No, that's not what they want, KC. They don't want any deflation. They want inflation. Inflation is good for the stocks. It's good for it's good for their assets. And it's also puts pressure on the people holding debt. If you're holding debt and there's inflation, then that debt is technically worth less. Boom, let's go ahead and do a distribution of your rewards here. You're making me just want to buy some Square now. It's been 2 years since I've been in the stocks. I mean, stocks are high now, but I mean, they've been ripping ever since March, and we've been covering it. It's, I don't expect the whole market to crash right now. I mean, we've been talking about it. I know Derek has been, was calling. He's like, oh, is this it? Last week. And I'm like, nah, it's not. I don't think so. I think they're going to keep running it. There will be a currency crisis at one point, and then they'll whip out the digital dollar, which will save everybody. But that's not yet. It may be closer to November or after. I don't know. It's not yet. Not this month. And remember, I mean, we're trading what we have in front of us, not what's going to happen next year or the year before, after. I have no idea. Let's go ahead and distribute these rewards. Click claim rewards. The lucky winner today is Athlete. Athlete's always winning. Stimp 1024 is also a winner. And tomorrow we'll do this again. Boom. Yesterday I did a few distributions. I think Athlete was there yesterday. We were doing, we ran a couple of videos. Some good ones. Don't miss these videos I'm running, guys. I got some good content that I've been playing out here. Some third-party content. I don't leave it up. You know, I'm not trying to claim like it's mine. I just run it so, you know, we could talk about it and then I'll delete it. Kaboom. All right, take a few more comments and questions before we land this plane. Shout out to Crypto Mike KC, the rest of the boomers, Rafterman and CryptoZilla. Shout out to all you guys. All right, guys. Seems like kind of quiet today. That's all good. I think we hit all the beats, and the point being is that I don't know if Ether is gonna surpass Bitcoin like on the market caps, but I think the argument for it increasing in value at a faster rate than Bitcoin in the short to midterm has been made. You got to consider all the ERC20 tokens, all the DeFi value, the transfer value, the wrapped Bitcoin, all the development. And there's a strong argument here that, in my opinion, it's worth at least a 5% of a Bitcoin. Right now, it's 0.035, so you're about 3.5%. My argument here is that Ether is worth at least 5% and maybe closer to 10% of a Bitcoin. One Ether. So that's kind of what I'm speculating on for right now. As far as the bigger speculations, yeah, I play speculative moves with DeFi or whatnot, but that's a smaller bag that I'm gambling with. Yeah, everyone's quiet today. It's all good. Some days sometimes it's loud, sometimes it's quiet. It's all good. Lady Plants is here. Good morning. So yeah, that's what's going on, guys. I'm definitely gonna increase the Ether play as I have all year. I've been increasing my Ether bag steadily all year, and it's been a good play. And we'll see. I mean, I'm even considering riding this until maybe when they do announce the 32 ETH and maybe dump it at that point. I don't know. Or maybe going with what Crypto Mike says, just becoming an ETH elite and running that node till the wheels fall off. I have no idea. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But in the meantime and in between time, I do think it's a sound strategy, in my opinion. IMO. I'm not your crypto daddy, to stack some more ETH. ETH to 5K? I don't know. I don't know if I'll be happy with just a $700-800 ETH. It is a chill day. I think it's chill. Finally, things are back green. No trolls today. The vibes are all right. That's good. All right, guys. Shout out to KC, Rafterman, and Crypto Mike. I'll be back tomorrow. And again, if anybody wants to be heard like Rafterman was a couple months ago, shoot me your phone number. I'll give you a call anonymously, and we'll put you on. And I just want to get somebody on before I call Rafterman back. And surprisingly enough, people don't really send me their phone number. I don't know. Just shoot me your math. I'll keep it anonymous. I'll call you here, and boom, boom, boom. A couple people did want to be put on, but they were international. And apparently I'm calling from a mobile phone, so it's not supported. Smooth sailing, indeed. So yeah, let's leave it at that, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. It's the voice of the blockchain, Satoshi's big cousin, crypto's finest champagne. Thank you for tuning in.